Hello guys and welcome. Today I am bringing you the Sagittarius new moon, which is happening on the 23rd of November. And this is a beginning new moon, a worldly beginning new moon, because it's going to be at 1 degree. So all of the mutable signs, Pisces, Saggy, Gemini and Virgo, who are early degrees, this is definitely going to affect you. If you're November Sagittarius, if you're February Pisces, if you are May Gemini, and if you are August Virgo. So this Sagittarius new moon is a new beginning. The tarot card for this is the Magician card because it's number 1. Now guys, if you want to know more about the Magician card, I have done a number 1 2023 card on my podcast. I'll link it in below, and it gives you more of a huge in-depth about what it means. So we can definitely see similar themes with the Magician card because it is actually the Mercury card. And the Magician card is one of the great manifestors of the beginning of the mind. It's like you've got all of these tools, and if you manifest it greatly, you can get lots of gains. But obviously, because it's Mercury, things can change in an instant. And I feel with this new moon in Sagittarius, I feel that a lot of this energy is going to be played out too. Sagittarius is ruled by the 9th house, and the 9th house is about our higher belief systems. It's also to do with our higher learning as well, and it's very much about the guru, the minister, the student that is going back to college to, benefit their mind, or the person or someone who wants to be a mentor. Is someone that wants to also be a writer who publishes their work, which benefits the greater of mankind. It's also the preacher who tends to preach, whether it's for the good or the bad. Sagittarius also rules race, racism, religion, and the law. So because it's number 1, we can see like a new beginning on all of these themes. And even on a personal level, we can definitely see these themes being played out too. So it's a bit of a big one. This Sagittarius new moon is energies and themes of this. It does conjunct the sun, Mercury's in Sagittarius, also Venus is there. It sort of trines Jupiter, although it's at the last degree of Pisces. And it sextiles Pluto because it's the last degree of Capricorn being in Pluto. But obviously the main themes is that of the conjunction to Mercury and also Venus. So what we can see with this is that a lot of the energy is actually in the 4th house. So it can actually feel like a emotional new beginning for all of us, connection to our home, our roots, our people. Yeah, it could be our people, parents, the elderly. There could also be a new beginning, which is to do with our need to feel connected to something that's, again, of our greater good. But there can also be a huge need and also a huge emotional need to be having an affiliation to the past. The past is going to play out big time. And Sagittarius is not wanting us to stay in the past. It's about thinking of the past and how we can also move towards our future. Because it is the bow and arrow, it's always aiming to the future. But sometimes if we want our future to be brighter, we have to look to the past as well. So that's going to play a You know, that's going to be one of the feelings a lot of us can definitely experience. And this is in terms when it comes to like our emotions, because Mercury is in the 4th and so is Venus. How we are communicating, it can be very passionate. It can be very, because Mercury being in Sagittarius is, you know, there's things that I need to say. There's things that I need to do. It's also that we can want to help people a lot more by teaching them. And yes, there can be a boastfulness. There can be a very preachy side, like this is my way or this is the highway type of thing. But and you know, Sagittarius, they're one of the greatest. I love Sagittarius. They're very positive, but we can, during this time with Mercury being there, this is going to be guiding us to want to learn something that we used to do in the past. So if and also we can actually find ourselves going back to the past a lot in what we have learnt. We could be going back to teachers. It could be going back to doing writing. Going back to doing like certain skills that we have left because we've been very busy. This can also see some of us going back to learning a new language, going back to doing anything that's philosophy, you know, or going back to reading books on religion, going back to, or even going back to, you know, going over old ground, should I say. And with Venus as well being here as well, this can make us feel very artistic. We can pick up some artistic projects that we have left, or restart doing artistic projects. I definitely see like a lot of our feelings are going to be from years ago. It could be 5 years, it could be 1 year, it could be that. But yes, yeah, so, and also there's a lot of, I feel there's a lot of connection to the home. There could be more during this time, that a new beginning when it comes to our relationships. There could be more of more like emotion coming out. And although Sagittarius is not a sign that is very emotional, it's like, okay, it's like, you know, let's commit, but let's not be all what's the word? Let's not be all lovey-dovey. Let's talk about things that we didn't talk about before, and let's try and move forward. And there can be some subjects and there can be some stuff that comes up from the past, but we are also moving towards the future too. Okay, so also another thing, don't be surprised, guys, if some of you actually want peace and quiet as well, because even though it's 1st degree, I also see that some people, I actually forgot to say, some fixed signs, like late degrees, fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leos, you could also be affected too. I forgot to say that. But yes, there's going to be a bit more of a, and also because we are in holiday season, it's about really connecting to our family and friends, connecting to our home. Some of us may want to stay home much more. You could also find that you could benefit more if you are connecting to your roots. So even though it is pretty much a positive new moon, we can, again, Sagittarius is about expansion. It's ruled by Jupiter. So we can go too far in how we're communicating and what we are going to be producing. We can go definitely too far. We can get very emotional. We can get very boisterous and very, you know, there could be lots of tears and over emotions that can come out, and just in a whim, just like that, we're going back to being happy. So some people may not know if they're coming or going during this. So yeah, a lot of emotional energy coming up, which is quite strange for a fire sign. But regardless, what Sagittarius is telling us, this is a brand new beginning to be letting things out there, and also asking us how we can move forward towards bettering ourselves and bettering our relationships with our higher minds, and also with our connections to our relationships. Also, let's not forget money as well. You know, money is going to be playing a big part in this, as always. You know, we have one good thing is we've got Jupiter in Pisces, even though it is retrograde. Jupiter's in Pisces, and you know, Jupiter, Pisces and Sagittarius get on very well with this. And what this also can bring is us, especially when it comes to our finances, there can be some money coming back to some of us, or some of us could be really focusing on our joint finances with our partner, within our partnership. Yes, fears can come up. We may not feel that we have enough, but we also have to think that even if we don't feel we have enough, there's some people that have less. So it's a time of trying to be grateful for what you got. Being grateful you got a roof over your head, you got food on the table, you have your family, you got your friends, and try and think of the positives, especially if fears can definitely come up. And also I feel that, you know, Saturn being in Aquarius, our work life, you know, Saturn's in its last degree, so Saturn's sort of like wrapping things up. And what's this showing us is that our work life, employment, there's going to be a big emphasis on this during this new moon. But some of us will maybe changing where we work, changing because we might feel that our health is not benefiting in any way, especially like our mental and physical health. Remember, guys, whenever the seasons change, because we're easing into winter time, you know, I don't know about you, but I feel quite stiff during the winter. I don't know if it's age or... And sometimes when that happens, you're not feeling at your best. You're not feeling at your most positive. So this is showing us that it's about looking at, okay, even though it's very hard out there, it's like, you know, is this actually benefiting me? Is this actually raising my vibrations in some shape or form? And if it's not, what can I do to change it? Yes, you know, we're going to be feeling we've got a lot of responsibilities. We have a lot of work to do. Some of it may be boring. Some of us be overworking as well. But it's really necessary that we don't overwork ourselves into something that we're not passionate about. And I feel that that's going to be playing a big part in what's going on. And yeah, that's what I see, especially with Saturn being Saturn in Capricorn, Saturn in Aquarius. It's, you know, Saturn in Aquarius is giving a lot of us some harsh lessons, guys. Jesus Christ. And it's really stilted a lot of stuff. And I feel that a lot of us are going to come to that realization of, you know what, I need something different. I need to move away from this. You know, yes, I'll meet my responsibilities and I'll reach my targets, whatever. But, you know, when it comes to like next year, you know, all systems go, we can probably see a lot of people realizing this as well. And I think you guys get the gist of what I mean. So, yes, a lot of that is going to be highlighted as well. But of course, money, you know, I think every moon, full moon, money is going to be very highlighted because of the nodes that are happening. You know, can't forget like the North Node. We've got Uranus in Taurus. That's really changing up. But also, I feel that with this as well, we're going to be there's going to be a shift in subconscious of our belief systems. There's going to be a huge shift in traveling, broadening our horizons. And there's going to be some things that we're going to be doing on a whim, but the majority of it is going to be beneficial to us and our happiness. So, you know, don't be surprised if you see some changes wherever you are, studying, work. There's going to be lots of changes with this as well. So, yeah, big changes coming for a lot of us, and I pulled out some oracle cards, which is, you know, my trusty oracle cards for this new moon in. And also another thing I forgot to say is that another card for this, because it's the 23rd of November, that equals the number 5, which is the Hierophant. And the number 5 is about freedom. It's very unstable. It's also to do with physical and active change. So there can be, especially with this card highlighting this, a lot of these themes coming up as well. I feel that there's going to be a huge excitement for a lot of us to change something within our lives. And it can be quite intense. But we have to be mindful that we don't change things just for the sake of it. And with the Hierophant also being played out with this card, is showing us that some of us may have to, you know, again, go back to the drawing board. The Hierophant card, like Sagittarius, is of the guru. It is of authority. And we can see, you know, and also because it's a spiritual card as well, there may be some themes or energies that's connecting to educational or religious studies or the spiritual as well. Some of us may be going back, or some of us may be asking for help. Lots of prayers could be coming up when we are doing our manifestations and we're doing our inner work for this. The Hierophant card it's a Taurus card. It's a very high spiritual minded card, and it is a card that doesn't like to rock the boat in a way. But when you turn it upside down, it's like you're not doing it anymore. So this could definitely go either way. We either gonna stick to what we know, or we can just throw it away and just start something completely fresh. When we come to the oracle cards, the first one, we've got acceptance, and it's about accepting things. There's going to be a huge need of acceptance of change, because Sagittarius does rule change. And this card is showing us that there's going to be acceptance that's definitely going to be for our higher good or bad. And also, you know, whatever changes in your life, it can inspire other people to change something within their life too. But we're going to be feeling this. It's not going to be a case of, you know, some of us could just change things on a whim. But some of us could just be changing it because change needs to come. And it's funny because we always see change when it's the Sagittarius season and when it's Capricorn. It's like Sagittarius puts that feeling or the thought into our head. And when it's Capricorn season, it's like really thinking about it. And it's like either make or break. The second card we have for this is the Innocence card. And this is about guilt that some of us may be having, guilt and anger. There could be some blaming, but it's also about having peace within our heart. So whenever we have acceptance and changes that happen, we have to have peace in it as well. So with this card is innocence, is of like the child. And it's also saying about feelings of heaviness that can enlighten us. So we're not feeling guilty if we need to change something within our lives. The last card we have is reward yourself. So it's saying make the time to reward ourselves in a very beneficial way. And balance is definitely key. And because Sagittarius it does things, it can do things over the top. Remember Jupiter's here. Rewarding yourself is not just going over the top. It's rewarding yourself in very much a balanced way. And whatever we reward ourselves in is definitely to keep our energies and our mood levels balanced. And it's also saying about motivation at a consistently high level. So some of us may be drawn to do something physical for ourselves in order to maintain balance. Remember, this is the season of goodwill. This is the season of party time. So of course we can overdo it. We can think, I'm going to reward myself. I worked really hard this time. And we could overdo it with drink, food, over exercising. But this is saying, this card is, you know, the message is like rewarding yourself, but in a consistent way, but in a balanced way as well. Because I feel that we're gonna find, I think more, probably more than Capricorn season, that we're gonna see how far we've come. So doing things that can help, doing things that will be rewarding for you as well. It could be buying a new book, a new spiritual book. It could be you doing some type of yoga. It could be you helping someone as well. There's many themes that we can reward ourselves, but also rewarding others too. So when we come to the wellness side of this, Sagittarius, the wellness essential oil side, because it's quite a high energy new moon, and it's also like very much the beginning of Sagittarius. The essential oils that I use, especially every day, I use clary sage, because this is really great for, it balances, like, you know, the female hormones. It's also good to be keeping your vibrations positive instead of negative. I use every day as well geranium essential oil. It's good. It's very calming. It's very grounding. It's quite sweet as well, and it helps balance, again, it helps balance the emotions, like especially when it's connecting to like the mind, body and soul. I don't diffuse this as much, but I use it in a roller blend. Bergamot oil is very good. It's really good to help you with any like craziness that's going on within the mind. Helps you to keep very relaxed as well, which I feel that we're all going to be needing, because, you know, not everyone can manage the Sagittarius energy. And because we are entering a new season very soon, even though it is autumn, we're going into winter. Oils like tea tree is very good, eucalyptus as well. These are great for, you know, relieving stress, boosting our immune system, because our immune system could be crazy as well. It also helps, like, you know, majority, all these oils, it does help boost our confidence. That's what we're going to be needing. But things like eucalyptus, tea tree, I use nearly every day. I love those oils, especially for diffusing. Also lemon as well, which gives that really good, it helps with cleansing purities. It also helps to, it's a citrus, so it helps to boost your, you know, your whole vibrations as well, but also helps with the immune system. So those are like my takes of essential oils that you can use. Obviously check with your health practitioner before you start using essential oils, and, you know, let me know what other essential oils that you are going to be using to help boost yourself. Some of us may not want to be boosted too much because the energy is quite high. So grounding oils are really good as well, like cedarwood and, you know, lavender, which is, I love lavender. And even because Sagittarius is a spiritual sign, essential oils like frankincense is really good too. So, you know, you guys can really check those out, what they could do for you as well. And yeah, that was the wellness bit, guys. And now let's get to the cards. So Aries, welcome to a Sagittarius new moon for you. You know, you're going to really enjoy this. You know, you're really going to enjoy this because this is in your 9th house. This is a Sagittarius house. So you're going to be very boosted during this time. And, you know, I feel a lot of you are going to be a bit more chatty. A little bit more chatty. Some of you are single, a little bit more flirtatious. There may be a side that some of you may be overly confident, but it could be masking a sensitive side. Especially if you are wanting to ask someone out, a lot of this can be coming out. But also, some of you may want to be seeking something a little bit more concrete. Could be hiding that. I feel some of you during this new moon could be doing certain stuff behind the scenes, very much behind the scenes, or it could be to do with like learning, something to do with higher learning, something to do with the law. Some of you may be wanting to get something published, so you could be working a lot with it behind the scenes. This is also showing me for a lot of you Aries that there can be some secret Also secret romances, or you could be dreaming or thinking about secret romances. And if any of you are very creative, great to be writing, great to be doing some journaling, great to be doing, putting your thoughts out there if you find that your thoughts are a little bit jiggled during this time. But all in all, this is a great one for you, Aries. And because, you know, the nodes are in your 8th and 2nd house, it may be, you may be thinking, oh, this is too much for my money situation. But this is giving you a bit of a boost, you know, especially when you're setting your intentions as well. So the card that you have, wow, you have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a love card. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of messages coming forth for a lot of you, Aries. You could be, and I feel there's going to be good messages that are coming forth. Of course, this is about love. So when I spoke about love, you could actually hear from someone from the past, or someone that you really want to be with. Or it could be, if you're in a current relationship, there could be a bit more honest conversations and lots of declarations. There can also be like proposals that could be happening. But this card is saying it's time to be truthful. Yes, it's a brand new beginning to be truthful when it comes to how you communicate and how you, especially when it comes to themes of the heart as well. Again, like I said, a lot of you, I feel, are going to be very, very confident, and that confidence can override everything. So if your partner is looking to, you know, do something nice, try and clear your schedule for it, because you just never know what could be coming out. And some of these messages as well, Aries, could shock you. So yes, well, all in all, a great new moon for you. Taurus, this new moon in Saggy is in your 8th house. And you know, you've got the nodes, which is in your 1st house, you and Scorpio. Like I said before, I feel a lot of the late degrees of Taurus may be feeling this, because it's, you know, it's a very early degree of Sagittarius. So your relationships could definitely be played out during this time. But yes, the 8th house, this is to do with your debts, any loans. It's a great time to be paying them off. There could be money that comes, which is always great for a lot of you, because you guys are the bank of the zodiac. There could be some things that come up with your partner. So some of you and your partner could be working towards, you know, building resources or getting resources, sorting out any of your debts or loans. I have a feeling that some of you Tauruses, maybe there could be something to do with an inheritance as well. Could be something to do, remember, because this is conjuncting Venus and you are ruled by Venus. So you could definitely be sorting out any taxes, sorting out, you know, your bank statements in any way. And also, you know, some of you could be thinking of what type of skills that you have, if you feel that you haven't got enough. With Uranus being in your house, you guys are knowing that, you know, money is not how it used to be. So you could have a lot of thoughts and feelings and about what you can do to, you know, build your finances with your partner, but also looking at your skill set, because a lot of you are very creative. So if we're going back to the drawing board, I used to bake, I used to write, I used to draw, any of that, I feel this can really help you in a major way. But you are going to be sorting out a lot of, I feel there'll be a lot of sorting out going on coming towards the end of the year. And like I said, it's also great if you guys get, you know, like a tax rebate, or, but if fears come up as well, Tauruses, it's mostly to do with you feeling that there's just not enough. So the card you have is a 7 of Cups, another Cups card. And this is about choices. Some things that can come up with you, because I feel that, if, again, when it comes back to any hidden fears or anything about when it comes to your finances, it may not be the real thing. You may be thinking it and it's actually not real. So it's time to distinguish what is real and what is not. It's time to like wipe away the cobwebs and think about what you're really great at. It's time to think about, you know, you may want a certain amount But now things have changed. It's time to think about what you're good at, what can actually help benefit your finances in some shape or form. You know, because work life is not the same, Taurus. And some of you may not want to hear that, but we are in a new world. Remember, Saturn's in your 10th house. So you guys could be trying to work more, but you're just having less. So it's time to think of something else. And the Seven of Cups card is also about, you know, there can be some opportunities that come, but it's not about being greedy. It's not about, oh, this is what I want, because it's about what is for the better good. Because remember, this is Sagittarius, okay? Gemini. So Gemini, this is in your 7th house. So a lot of you early degrees are really going to be feeling this. This is to do with your relationships, relationship sector. We have to remember, Gemini, you have Mars in your 1st house. So you're on fire. You're definitely on fire. There's a lot going on. There's also probably a lot going on. You're going to start seeing there's a lot going on in your relationships that you may or may not be privy to. So things definitely may come out to light. Because it's conjunct Mercury or ruled by it, you know, there may be a lot of things that are going to be more brought to home that you're going to have to really just slow down on and really discuss. Communication is going to be big, a huge major theme here, because when this Venus as well, this is again highlighting your relationships as well. So there could be some serious stuff coming up, and there may be some stuff that is hidden that you may not want to see that will also be brought up. So it can feel intense. It can feel pretty intense for a lot of you. Some of you may feel that, you know, everything's all right and everything's in the bag because, I don't know, you're earning enough and, you know, you've got all these projects going on, but there's something that you're not probably keeping an eye on that's going to be coming to the surface. And obviously, because this is in your relationship sector, and not only that, this is to do with contracts as well. So there could be something to do with contracts that come up, something to do with someone you're working with as well. It feels very hidden, but it will come out to light, whether you're investigating it or whether things are going to be brought out into the open. So the card you have is the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is actually the Virgo card. It is asking you to go within. It is asking you to go within. It's also asking you to, again, think before you speak. But it's also asking you to listen to what is not being said. Okay, Saggies. I mean, Geminis, because remember, you're on fire at the moment. You could be doing more talking than listening. And the Hermit card is asking you to slow down. You know, your mind, it's also about your mind just being open, not even being open, just listening. You know, your partner may come to you, it could be a business partner, they may be coming to you and saying something really important, and because you may be feeling very distracted, you're missing the important things. Or it could be your partner, or it could be a date. They could be saying something very important. Like you could, you know, for instance, like you have a meeting, or you have a date, or you scheduled something with your partner and your family, and yeah, and afterwards it's like something comes up, and it was a very important dinner. It was something very important, but you probably thought it was next week, and you've missed it. So some of you may actually want to relax now. Some of you may want to actually relax. Some of you may want to, again, there could be a proposal of marriage for some of you. Or some of you may just want to just relax with your family or your partner and just listen to the birds sing. Or if you're not, it's the Hermit card is showing you it's time to just relax until, you know, when the sun goes into Capricorn. So yeah, I feel a lot to think about for a lot of you Geminis, this new moon. But regardless, it's a new beginning for your relationships. Hello, Cancer. How are you? So this new moon in Saggy is in your 6th house of health, wellness, your work, pets. Okay. I always have to say that because it is to do with pets as well. So a brand new beginning. for a lot of you Cancers to get healthy in the best way that you can. A brand new beginning to, you know, organize yourself, especially before the sun goes into Capricorn in your 7th. So some of you may decide you want to, I don't know, detox yourself from social media. Some of you may decide you want to like eat less sweets. You want to move more. This is a great time to be really moving more. Go for walks. It's not, because Sagittarius is a very high energy sign. Some of you may decide that you want to do something quite high impact, but you have to listen to your body. Really listen to your, remember Saturn's in your 8th, and this is going to be not making things very fast. It's about slowing down a little. So pace yourself, take your time. But some of you may come out of this very, or just thinking about just being a bit more healthier, because your energy levels may be a bit bleh. So just making little swift changes. There can also be changes within your job, or you may be wanting to change your job, or, you know, thinking about it. The nodes are really supporting you, Cancer. So I feel that whatever changes that come, it will be, you know, even if it, because you're like Taurus, you're a sign that likes to, you know, have security. So some of you may change and it might be less money, but you get a bit more benefits. Or if you're working somewhere and you're not really liking what you're getting, you may decide, you know, I'm going to leave, and they might offer you more. Okay, so I feel that there can be some great opportunities that come for you. Or you may just want to leave because it's that time, you know. So there's some changes that are coming, but also some benefits. Also opportunities that can come for a lot of you. But this is about the mind and body connection. So listening to that mind and body connection can really serve you as well. And doing something quite holistic, doing something you've never done before. Because Sagittarius in your 6th is making you think outside the box. So a great time to be doing this. And also with the conjunction to Venus and Mercury as well. This is giving you a bit of a new lease of life. And there's nothing wrong with a lot of you like writing down what goals you want to accomplish, especially for your physical body, or what you want to accomplish in terms of like your work life. And also with Venus being involved. Yeah, this can be done in your relationship, but this can also be done in a group. So you may join a group fitness class, or you may join like a new office space where people are very different to you. Or you may, you know, and some of these people you may feel very much at home with as well. So yeah, this is I feel this is quite a nice one for a lot of you. You know, I feel that a lot of you may try to be consistent, but you know, little strides are better than no strides. So the card you got is a 9 of Cups. Lovely card. It's actually a Jupiter in Pisces card, and Jupiter's in Pisces, which is your 9th house. So it's just showing you that all your wishes can definitely come true. You may wish too hard and think it's all going to work out. But, and this, because it's such a positive card, I feel for a lot of you Cancers that, you know, all what you think, because this is like the high vibration that's talking, all what you think and wish for, it definitely can happen. You just have to just be realistic, because you can go too hard and too fast and then you get no results. So, you know, really try and pace yourself, okay? Leo. So, Leo, this is in your 5th house, okay? Lucky house. This is actually your house. Who would have thought? So, the brand new beginning for a lot of you, especially early Leos, early degrees Leos, brand new beginning for you. And yeah, again, a busy time. A lot of you may be going out. Maybe going on like new dates with your partner, and there could be something to do with children as well. So, I mean, I'm very much excited for a lot of you, Leo. I'm not going to lie, very much excited, especially the conjunction to Mercury and Venus, which is also in your 5th house as well. This could be you doing stuff with your friends. You could be meeting up with new friends. Friends could be introducing to this friend and that friend. Some of you could find love if you're single in a friendship, you know, in a group setting. And I feel that your career is also going to be pretty highlighted as well. A lot of banter, I feel, is going to be happening for a lot of you. For also another thing, I can see that because you guys may definitely be at your most creative best. You know, you may meet someone who knows someone who can actually benefit your career in some way. And if you are single, some of you can meet someone in your job who can benefit you as well. But it does feel very positive. You're going to be at your most confident, your most creative, your most flirtatious, probably your most sexiest, best. You know, you've got the nodes that are squaring your home and your work life. So it's really great if, if things just start to really sort of like pan out well, even if it's for this new moon. It also feels like there's certain things that are going to come into play for a lot of you Leos that may carry you into the new year. So it's about putting your best foot forward, and I do, and even especially if people come to your aid, especially if there's some people that actually love what you do and want to work with you. Okay, so the card that you have is the Three of Pentacles, and this is a lovely card because it's showing that whatever you are thinking of or building, it can, there's going to be people that are going to be helping you. And I feel some of these people, you may not even thought that they were not even of great help, but you never even thought that they will understand what you're about. They may not understand like your creativity, your weird and wackiness, they may not even, you may have thought they may not understand that even though you are, you tend to show off, you still got a big heart. And I feel that also with this card, it's like people can see beneath the veneer of the glamour of the king and queen. And it's like, it's more or less saying, let's do something together. Let's do this. So it could be 3 people. It could be more than 3 people, but, because it's 3 of Pentacles, it feels like there's like 3 people that could come to your aid, or someone who knows someone. This is also about marketable skills. So these people can help you market your project. Something to do with social media, or something to do with, getting you out there. Because there may be something that you're conjuring up that you probably may have forgotten about, and someone's like, no, my Leo friend does this. Oh, really? Can you show me? And you send it to them, and it's like, wow, this is very different. So it is a case of someone who knows someone, but also it's like the most important is that people can see beneath, and they can see your heart, and then they can also see how passionate you are. So very positive time for a lot of you Leos during this new moon. Virgo. So this new moon is in your 4th house. Big house. Well, it's a house of emotions, a house of the past, the roots. And you maybe find yourself slowing down a little bit. Even though the nodes are activated, you may be slowing down. Even though it's conjunct Mercury, which you are ruled by, there can be a lot of like more coming together with family and having lots of discussions. These discussions can be to do with the past. You may want to hear that story again about when you were little, how you cooked, or you helped your mum and dad, or even your grandparents. Every year sometimes we talk to our parents or grandparents, and they talk about, oh, remember when you were little? You may want to hear more of that. You may also want to understand yourself a bit more, understand your ancestry. You may want to delve deeper into things. And also with Venus being here, there's a lot I feel that you're going to be learning from as well. So you guys could be cooking more, could be making more sweet treats. Yeah, but healthier sweet treats, of course. Like, they have like stewed apples, and you make Virgos, you boil fruits and you add honey in it to make it You know, you can put it on your yogurt or your porridge. You may be doing a lot more of those things. You could be baking more cakes, obviously healthy cakes. You could be doing stuff from your past, and I feel some of you could be connecting more in your relationships as well. There could be a theme of someone from the past coming back. Could be, you know, remember we're in holiday season. These things tend to happen. But yes, but also there could be stuff that you are learning about, like your whole belief system when it comes to like your family and your lineage could just make a little bit more sense to you now. And again, it is an emotional time. If you feel you're one of those controlled Virgos, I'm not going to cry, this may be the time to do it. So the card you got is the 10 of Wands. Whenever I see this card, it really feels really harsh, because it is a card that is, it's a Saturn in Sagittarius card, okay? And it is about responsibilities, but you're also beginning something new. So some of you may be more responsible for your parents now. You may be taking on more responsibilities within the home, you know, because remember, another thing I was going to say, that with Saturn ruling your, not Saturn, with this new moon in your fourth, it could be a moving, you could be moving home. So some of you may take responsibility in, if you are moving home, more responsibility in making sure contracts are signed, making sure builders are coming, or if you're moving into your home, or some of you, it might have something to do with your parents, maybe taking a bit more responsibility. Some of you may be feeling, you know, because Mars is in your 10th, so it's like, you know, I've got a lot of work to do. So even though you don't mind helping, it's like something needs to take more precedence than others. So something may need to be drawn back in order for something more important to come through, you know. So I do feel it's very much a get together time, but there's things that are going to have to be taken more seriously. And also this card is showing me, you know, it can be definitely to do with your relationship with your partner, but also relationship with your family as well. So it feels like a very big much a time that of responsibility, and also responsibility of your emotions. You know, letting things out. Don't feel that you have to hold things in all the time. If you feel to cry, if you feel the need to, I don't know, scream and shout, let it out. Try not to control it, because the new moon in Sag is like, you have to let things out. And if you hold it in, it can just get very chaotic. So very much a learning curve for a lot of you Virgos. Libra, this is in your 3rd house. You're really going to enjoy this, Libra. Really enjoy this. So Libra, because this conjunction to Venus, you're ruled by Venus. Yeah, again, 3rd house is about communication, writing, speaking, journaling. So you guys could be doing that. You could be communicating more with your partner, wanting to have fun with your partner, conjuring up games. There could be a lot more communication. If any of you are single, could be talking to people. There could be a lot of flirting going on. And with Mercury being there as well, it's just like all systems go. A little bit like Leo, I feel a lot of you are going to be very much into the party spirit. You want to mingle, you want to communicate. If you are in a relationship, you may want to like dress up and bring your partner out, show them off. You're going to be at your, I feel a lot of you are going to be at your best as well. I feel a lot of you, if you are going to be around different types of people, you could be learning a hell of a lot from them. They could be, teaching you stuff. You could be teaching them stuff. It's all good. But yeah, I feel that with the conjunction to Venus is that things may be coming back to home now. You may be discovering a definitely new side in your relationship. And it could be falling more in love with your partner. You know, I do tend to love the whole holiday season. It's like things, you know, it's like I feel a lot of you may be getting a little bit more cozy now and want to be winding down a lot. But you know what, Libra, there's so much to do, so much people to see, so much places to see as well. And, you know, I feel that if you, again, I feel if any of you guys had any insecurities or fears that come up in a relationship, you're gonna say it now. If you're not happy about something, you will be brave enough to say it now, and also with your partner, vice versa. And if you can't, if you feel you don't want to say it, it's good to write it, text it to your partner, or even text it to your friends, because this is the time of great communication for you. And any drama, battles of the wills, any drama with like your siblings or even like your neighbors, these things can definitely be eased out now, because a lot of it may just be like a bit of a misunderstanding. So the card you got is the Ace of Cups. Brand new beginning. Again, I feel very much your relationships are playing a huge part. Friendships, relationships. You, I feel, want to heal a lot. I feel it's a brand new beginning that you want to heal things. You want to not leave anything, any stone unturned. You want things to be a bit more peaceful now, especially before the end of the year. So if there's things that you've ignored, you may want to open up now. If there's any, you know, if you haven't really seen like your brothers and sisters, if you have them, you may want to talk more with them now. If there's something you want to communicate, i.e. through journaling or through social media, you may want to put it out there now. Some of you Libras might be a bit more feisty as well, might be a bit more mouthy, but it's just like, there's something you want to say, you're going to say it. And if it comes out in a harsh way, you know, I didn't mean it, it's just the way it is sometimes. And after Wednesday next month, you may be going back into that, you know, suave Libra. But yeah, very much a confident time for a lot of you, especially with the Ace of Cups. Your heart is out there now, you know, so it feels like even if your partner wants to say something to you, you're going to be receptive to it, you know. So everything's out there now for a lot of you Librans. Very busy time as well. Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your new moon in Sagittarius reading. So Scorpio, this is in your second house. Okay, so it's money, 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 like Taurus. So brand new beginning when it comes to like your money situation. And it's funny because you're ruled by joint finances. Yeah, and Taurus is ruled by the second house. So you guys may be, I feel like, changing up what you're eating, changing banks, you know, probably investing more, saving more. Remember, this is to do with your self-worth as well. So you may be nipping certain things in the bud, like the things that you know, if you keep buying, you might be just not buying as much because, you know, as you know, the world has changed. But also for you Scorpions, that, you know, I feel that your views on like money is definitely different, and you guys may see that a lot more now. So are you going to be thinking you need more, or are you going to be thinking of less? You know, there's some questions that could be coming up. The second house is to do with like your talents. Maybe it's a Taurus house as well. So I feel a lot of you are very creative. So it's really great to tap into it, and also expanding your awareness on earnings as well. Because a lot of you Scorpions, you know, generally Scorpions are very good when it comes to money. They hold on to it and they know how to invest. So themes of investments and schemes could definitely be coming up, or you could be looking into it, or anything to do with like life and death insurance and all of that. You know, you could be thinking about how, if you have got a lot, you could be thinking of how you can expand your portfolio in, you know, some shape or form. So the card you have is the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is, some of you may be not wanting to expand your mind. You know, there could be a sense of you holding on to something because there may be a fear of loss. And this is a money card, this is a Capricorn card. So if you guys are holding on or just not thinking outside the box in any way, because remember, you're fixed, it's not easy to think outside the box. It's about looking at that and thinking, you know, is there, you know, I might think that if I do this, I'm going to lose out, or if I do this, I'm going to have less. And it's showing that there can be a great big insecurity that comes up for a lot of you Scorpions. So it's really time to, I feel that most of it is like questions that are coming up. And also because the nodes are in your sign as well, this is changing your outlook. It's changing a lot of things in your life. It's changing your relationship as well to money and resources and shared resources. So if you guys, during this new moon, definitely fears, but mostly insecurities can come up, because there can be stuff to do with the past that you may have had less, you may have grew up with less, and you don't want to have that no more. So there may be a reluctance to expand, there may be a reluctance to invest. And yes, as we know, things are very shaky at the moment, but listening to your intuition, because the second house is, again, it's a Taurus house, but the Taurus is a very grounding sign. And it is a sign that is, because you know you're very psychic, but Tauruses are very earthy. So tapping into that earthiness, if you can, during this time, and not seeing one way. It's about trying to see another way of doing things. And remember, this is to do with your self-worth. This is to do with like how you view, and also to do with like your security as well, but your emotional security. So yeah, if you feel you're holding on too tight, especially in a relationship, if you're holding on too tight to a relationship, too tight to an old belief system, it may be really time to look at that now. Sagittarius, welcome to your season. And also welcome to your new moon. You are bursting with pride. You are bursting with joy, especially with Venus and Mercury there. You guys are going to be on a roll, because this is your first house. I feel you guys are, this is a time of organization, serious organization, or trying to be serious in organization. When it comes to like your goals, your career, this is your first house. So you guys could decide, because the nodes are in your like 6th and 12th house, this is going to be playing a big part in what's going to be happening for you. So, okay, getting organized with your, again, finances, with your job, looking at what can benefit you. You're a physical sign, so you may be taking up a new physical fitness, eating healthily, or, you know, getting that balance. Remember when we got the balance card, just trying to remain balanced and grounded. And also mingling, also talking. There can be some flirting going on. You guys, if you're in a relationship, you could be showing a bit more of much more of a fun, flirty side. And much more of a big, I feel really big on communicating with your family more, being more closer to them. Some of you may decide you want to move closer to mummy or daddy or your grandparents. You want to connect more. You want to be, because we're coming up to Christmas, so you may want to spend a lot more time with them, and they could, you know, and talk about things from the past, talk about when you were younger, or you may want to connect more to like your partners. If you have a partner, they want to connect more to their parents too. It feels like a really big coming together for you. And you know, you're going to feel at your most confident best because you are organizing yourself. You're organizing your wellness, you're organizing your life. If there's changes that you want to make, you're going to be making them. If there's something to communicate with your partner, something to write and say, it's again a little bit like Libra, it's really going to be out there. So yes, big time for you, Sagittarius. And also, again, it's a brand new beginning, especially for you early degrees. But regardless, a lot of you are, you know, a lot of you Sagittarius are going to be feeling this. And the card that you got is a lover's card. So I feel relationships are going to be playing big time. You guys are going to be very much, if there can be some decisions that can be made in a relationship, whether to go forward or to, you know, release. Or there may be some of you who are dating, there could be that, you know, decision that could be made. Or it's like, you know, commitment time could be very much a commitment time. It could be a commitment to a job. It could be leaving a job. There could be two things going on for a lot of you, but it doesn't feel stressful. It feels like excitement time. You know, if things actually come to you, Sagittarius, I feel it's a lot of it is good things. The nodes playing in your 6th and 12th house is about listening to your subconscious and just organizing yourself, and don't let anything pass. It's giving you that sort of like seriousness. But with this new moon, it's like, okay, it's going to be a thing of like go time. Let's do this. Let's go there. So I feel that it's enjoy what's going to be happening for you. And, you know, again, like I said, I feel there's going to be a lot of like themes and energies that's going to be connecting to like the family. So really enjoy family time and really enjoy what's being said, and, you know, enjoy that whole ambience of family and with mulled wine and mince pies, and, you know, and then try to relax. Try to relax, because you're one of those signs going to be very busy, very busy. I feel like some of you may be like Santa Claus as well, like going here, there, and everywhere, delivering good news, and it could be presents as well. So very busy time for a lot of you, Sagittarius. Capricorn. So Capricorn, this new moon in Sagittarius is in your 12th house. A time of relaxation, a time of, yes, relaxation. The 12th house is the house of sleep, dreams, release, things to do behind the scenes as well. So even though some of you may be some of you may be relaxing, the mind is going to be pretty busy. We've got the conjunction also, you know, in your 12th house as well. And because Venus rules your 5th house, because a lot of this energy is in the 12th, yeah? There's things that you're going to be doing behind the scenes, even though you're probably having that downtime. So something very creative. There could be something you are bringing or feeling that could be really conjuring up, and you may not want to tell anyone or say anything till the sun goes into your 3rd house, especially because Venus rules your 5th. This is to do with children. This is to do with things that you're going to conceive through the, you know, the energies, should I say. Also something very creative, something you'll want to conjure up, something of excitement. You may not be wanting to bring it out now, which is a good thing. And with Mercury also being in your, you know, Mercury is ruled by your 6th house. So you're going to be getting, I feel that a lot of you are going to be getting very organized, but again, behind the scenes. And if you are lucky enough to have naps, I feel this is great, because this will give you a lot more energy. Even if you try to push yourself now, Capricorns, it's not going to work. It's just a case of doing like sort of like the bare minimum, but, you know, working smart but not working hard. Yeah, so I feel definitely if you're doing anything, especially if it's to do with the heart, creatively through the heart, you know, work slowly at it. You know, I know you guys are very busy, very, very busy. You got Mars in your 6th, so, you know, this is playing on like the health and your wellness. And, you know, you got the nodes which are in your 5th and also your 11th house. So, you know, it's great if you want to be meeting friends and that, if they can come to your house, you know, you can have fun there. And because I'm telling you, Capricorn, some of your energies, it could be ebbing and flowing. And even if you promise something, you may not have the, I'll say, the stamina to complete all what you want. So it's just pacing yourself. And the card you got is the 5 of Cups. And it's a lot of Cups cards, I must say, guys. I don't know what's going on, but the Cups card is, again, it's an emotional, it's a Mars and Scorpio card. And, you know, because it's in your 12th house, it's about releasing. There are things I feel you are going to be releasing. You can feel during this time that there is stuff that you may feel much more deeply. And it could be about hurts. It could be about things from the past. It could be anything. It could be things that, you know, just dampen you in a way. And it's time to release that. It's time to grow and bear the fruits that you want to do, especially when it goes into your 1st house. So it's not to say just release it and move on. It's just like really feel it and work with how to release it. If also some of you may be feeling quite guilty that you can't do everything at once, and that's fine. You know, your body will say a lot to you this month, even though Sagittarius rules your 12th house. Is very, you may still feel very active. It's about pacing. It's about doing little things each day. Some of you may even find that you're working a lot by yourself. So you might be working from home, or you might be working in a group, but you may want to be alone a lot. And it's not to do with anyone. It's just that that's how you're feeling, because this is about how we feel. And you may find you get a lot more done, but really pace yourself. But also do what your heart desires to before it goes into your first. Aquarius, this new moon in Sag is in your 11th house. So you're going to be very busy. A lot of you air and fire signs are going to be very busy. So this is a time where a lot of you may be coming out of your shell a lot more, and probably willing and wanting to have a lot more fun now. You know, Saturn's edging out of your sign. And this is the last time that Saturn's going to be in, you know, your sign until the next 30 years. So you may want to go hard and go out there and meet new people and not feel bogged down. Although, yes, you still have responsibilities. You may want to, you know, catch up on the work that you need to catch up on. And also, you know, again, take care of yourself while you're doing it. But still, your mind's on fire. You really, I feel a lot of you really want to like make the effort to really get out there and mingle and discuss and what's going to be happening next. How we're going to like save the planet type of thing. And you know, some of you are single, some of you who didn't really commit during Saturn's reign, you may want to really go out there and just meet people and, you know, have some fun, you know, have, flirt a bit, meeting of the mind with someone. And why not? Okay, why not? Why not go out in a bang? And also with Venus being there as well, some of you also could find love in a group setting, in a friendship setting. And also you might actually feel that you've known this person. It might feel a bit like a karmatic connection, because they'll be telling you things that you may have heard already, or it could remind you of something that your mum said or your dad said, or even like someone you know said. So you can have like a bit of a deep connection to someone as well. And you might really feel at home with them. And it could turn into a beautiful relationship. So, yeah, but a very fun time for a lot of you Capricorns. And because you're ruled by the 11th, like Leo, ruled by the 5th, you're ruled by the 11th, you may definitely feel at home. You may definitely feel like these shackles are being taken off you. And so it should be. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. Quite a lot of pentacles as well. Yeah, so the Queen of Pentacles is about you connecting definitely to your heart's desires, even though it is about money. Yes, I feel some of you can actually get some gains. If you are seeking a new business deal, or you're seeking, because you're ruled by 11th house, which is about gains, there can be some gains that are made. And if you are seeking love in a relationship, you can meet someone who may be a Capricorn, or, you know, but this card is an excellent card in terms of you getting gains, in terms of you getting people that can help you support a project in the 11th house. Again, to do with love as well. And also, it feels like you can get a lot of people that are very loyal. So if you, how can I put this? If a lot of you are also wanting to change up in your group setting, like being around people that are really on something, i.e. if they're looking to change the world like yourself, you can meet them. I believe that you could meet them now. But it's about manifesting it as well. You know, stepping outside your comfort zone. Remember, you're fixed here. And you may be thinking that, you know, these certain people that I'm with, they will take me far, or we can go far. But this may be a different time now that, okay, someone's introducing someone to someone who knows someone, that type of thing. And they can just open up your mind. And the Queen of Pentacles is saying that this may be your tribe. Whether it's for long or... but this may be the actual people that you could be around with. This also to do with your goals. So in terms of goal setting, obviously sometimes when we are doing a project, finances are involved. So there could be people investing in what you're about. Okay, so a very profitable time for a lot of you Aquarians, especially because this is in your house. Last but not least, I always say this, Pisces, this is in your 10th house. So a lot of you early degrees Pisces are going to feel this, but regardless, all of you Pisces, it's a brand new time for your career. And with Venus being there and with Mercury being there, I feel a lot of you guys are thinking about your career. A lot of you may be wanting to change. I think I said it for another sign. I think, yeah, it was Cancer. That some of you may be thinking that, you know, you are probably doing more than you actually should. And you probably want to do less, which everyone in the world should be doing. But you know, in order to get more, you shouldn't have to kill yourself to do it. You mustn't break your back for it. And I feel a lot of you are really seeing this now. So there could be a change of career. Definitely a change of career for a lot of you. Could be thinking of it. Could be saying to like your company or your boss, yeah, I'm looking to leave. They could offer you more for you to stay. Or again, a bit like Cancer, you could be looking for something less, but you get a bit more benefits as well. I feel your mind is definitely going to be on fire because Venus rules your 3rd house. So it's more of a case of what you're thinking and writing. It can definitely happen. You are co-ruled by Jupiter, which is like Sagittarius. So it feels very much a huge manifesting time. Especially with Mercury, which rules your 4th house. Some of you may want to really work really closer to home, work from home. Your boss may be very receptive to you, your needs. You know, it does feel very much a time for a lot of Pisces to, you know, if you ask for something, you'll get it. And sometimes even if you don't ask for it, they may be just receptive, like, oh, I have a feeling they may leave and I have to do something to make them stay. Or you just may want to break away and just do something completely different. And regardless of what someone tells you, Pisces, you're just going to leave. Okay? I feel that finances are playing a huge part in what's going on. So again, I feel you may ask for more or you'll just get more. Jupiter's in your sign. Again, this is to do with gain. So a lot of you may be getting like a promotion or like a change of position, you know. Again, you know, because you're ruled by Jupiter, you can overdo it. So again, try and pace yourself. So the card you got is the 6 of Wands. This is actually 2022 card. This card is saying you'll get what you want. You have a lot of backing. You have a lot of support, Pisces. Just try and be as confident as you can. Okay, it's just showing me that it's a Mars and Leo card. Okay, and Mars rules your 2nd and Leo rules your 6th. So there's going to be a definite change. And again, when I talk about this card is also about recognition, which I feel a lot of you will be getting. Even if you're one of those laid back Pisces that's just like, oh, we'll just see what happens, or I don't care, or because I feel because Jupiter's in your sign, it's like you if you think it, you can get it as long as you remain positive. If you write it, you can get it. Even if you say something, it can really happen. But I feel regardless, some of you Pisces will having a change of your jobs, of your life. And again, the nodes are really supporting you as well. Very much supportive time. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to hear what happens with you Pisces. A brand new beginning happening with your career and your social status as well. With Jupiter being there and with the 10th house, these are like, you're going to be shining. So yeah, it's all good if all these dreams come true. So guys, that was the Sagittarius new moon for all of the signs. Thank you very much for staying. I know you guys, some of you guys actually listened to the whole video and I'm very grateful. Also, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. This actually helps me with bringing out new videos for you. And don't forget also to let me know in the message box how Sagittarius new moon has gone for you. And yeah, thank you very much, guys, for listening. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.